Your creativity is about to spark because you're finally allowing yourself to rest and receive. You are finally allowing yourself to rest and receive. And maybe you're saying, well, I've done that before and nothing happened. Did you really do that before? Or were you fake resting to force yourself to receive, to force something to come in, to force yourself to, have some type of clarity? You cannot force clarity. You cannot force forward movement. You cannot force creativity. You cannot force your manifestation. You cannot force what is in alignment with you. But you had to do some type of release recently, okay? And this release came from that old programming of wanting to force it. Maybe you caught yourself these last couple of weeks trying to force a way out, trying to force yourself to create something, trying to force yourself to have some type of forward movement, trying to force yourself to bring in your manifestations as quickly as possible, right? This energy came up for you to release it, not for you to give it power, not for you to continue to identify with it. And you're seeing this because even though it might have wrapped you up a little bit, you recognized it, you acknowledged what it was, and then you found a way to step back. You found a way to step back and release that energy and walk away from it and close that cycle. And you know that you did this because once you did this, you felt a sense of relief. You felt the calmness. You felt softer. You felt, like you were more grounded and rooted, and you felt more safe and secure within yourself, with your journey. You didn't feel this rush anymore. You didn't feel this intensity to produce anymore, to make something happen, because if you don't make something happen, then nothing's gonna happen for you or nothing's gonna work in your favor, right? So you're seeing this message because you did an amazing job at that. And now, okay, there are a lot of beautiful things that are meant to be manifested into your life. And you being able, let's take a step back, because you being able to do this and acknowledge this and not allow yourself to be wrapped up in the fast pace and the I gotta produce now and I gotta take action with this and I gotta create now and I gotta force this, creativity, I gotta force, it didn't happen from one day to the next. Even though that shift felt like it was, you know, sudden, it happened, one day you were in that energy, the other you were able to release it. This took years of work. This took years of, healing your relationship with your, with your creativity, healing your relationship with wealth, with abundance, with money, healing your nervous system, your mindset, your heart set. Like, this is not something that happened from one day to the next for you. Okay, and you had to remind your nervous system that it is safe to just relax. You are safe to just relax and receive, because the receiving isn't just about the materialization of things, but it's also ideas. It's also clarity. It's also that spark. It's also energy, right? The recharge that you need in energy in order to move forward with everything that you're meant to create. Because yes, the reason that there was this desire, okay, to make something happen in that moment and create and tap into that intentional action and take action and, force this spark, is because it's here for you. It really is. So you felt it, and you felt it so closely. So you wanted to attach yourself to it because it was normal for you. You've been ready. You've been excited to step into the new, right? You're excited to tap into the things that are passionate, that fill you up, that spark you. You're excited to step on a new adventure, to do something new. So because you've been calling this and it's like you felt it so closely, you were like, where is it? Where's it at? Your soul has been feeling it, but like your eyes, your human eyes couldn't see it yet. So you were trying to look for it. You were like, where is it? Where is it? And trying to take control over it and trying to have control over the situation and control the creation to flow through you, to be channeled through you. And you recognize, so congratulations, you did that. You recognize, oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? And then you were able to take a step back. You did that. You consciously chose to take a step back because you said, wait, this is not in alignment. This isn't in alignment with me. This isn't right. This feels forced. I'm actually feeling even more imbalanced. this is keeping me more, you know, it is not keeping me stable and secure with where I'm going, with what I'm doing. Everything's up in the air. It's causing you to even feel more confused. What's the word? It caused you to even feel more confused, right? Okay, so now things are shifting. And it's not to say that you gotta, you know, move so quickly, but it's like because you've been allowing yourself, you know, move so quickly with it. But now you are experiencing, or you are a magnet to what it is that you've been calling, and you have been creating a safe space emotionally, spiritually, with your nervous system, mindset, heart set, right? To receive the guidance, the clarity, the ideas, the spark, to be able to move forward with intention, because things are happening. Things are working in your favor. You just had to release and let go of all the inner conflict that you were still holding on to because of this desire to know, because of this desire to move forward. And you have every right to want to know. You have every right to want to move forward. You have every right for, you know, for something to work out for you after this long journey of things just falling apart. You feeling disappointed over and over again. You feeling stagnant over and over again. Of course, you're just ready. Okay, you're ready. But what I'm hearing is that this is supposed to make you feel excited, not anxious. And you're used to feeling anxious when it comes to change. You're used to feeling anxious when it comes to something new, when it comes to forward movement. That is not your story anymore. That is not your story anymore. You know, moving forward, you're going to feel excited about what's coming through. But it's going to excite you because it's finding you, and it's going to spark that within you. These ideas, these opportunities, you're going to receive it. Resting, receiving, to, you know, receiving and resting to receive. That is what's happening now. That is the energy that you're in. This is why you had to calm and ground your nervous system so that it can be grounded and stable to receive what is about to find you. Okay, and not only just receive it, but to acknowledge it and want to accept it in your life. Right? Like, acknowledge it and want to accept it, because you're seeing it as a reflection of you. You're seeing it and you're looking at it and you're like, yes, I am worthy and deserving of this. And you're not allowing your nervous system or your old patterns or whatever to blind you or make you feel, you know, like you don't deserve what is coming in. All right. But all right, let's see if anything else needs to come through. It's just time to receive. Ooh. You've been waiting. You've been waiting. You've been investing in yourself, in your healing. You've been working hard. Okay? It has not been easy. What you've been doing has not been easy. And you've been doing this all for the sake of longevity. This has never been about instant gratification. Okay? And that's the other thing that you had to learn, is that you've been wanting sustainable results. You've been wanting longevity when it comes to your success, to your abundance. That's why it's been taking as long as it has been. It's been taking long. You haven't just been waiting for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. You've been waiting for years. This has been something that has been in the works for a while. Ooh, sudden change. Now is the time for that sudden change to happen, but it's gonna feel good. I don't feel, there's nothing scary about this. It's gonna feel good and rewarding and renewing. Okay, this release that you've been doing was huge. It was like groundbreaking, because you finally said, I can rest and I can be rejuvenated and I can feel renewed and I can feel poured into and I can feel fulfilled as I step into these new beginnings, as I allow myself to receive. I don't got to prove anything to anyone anymore. I don't got to do more. I don't got to, you know, prove to anything outside of me that I am worthy of this, because I know that I am, because of the work that I've already put in. And that's on period. You already know the work that you've put in. You already know the sacrifices that was, you know, required. You know what you've done. And now it is time for you to rest and receive. And this is going to reignite so much within you. It's gonna pour it, like the way that you're about to be truly fulfilled and feel a sense of calm and renewal and hope and reignite that faith. It's just gonna feel very good, and you have earned this. So get ready for this sudden change, but it's like you're right on time for it, and your nervous system is completely ready for it. There's nothing to fear. All right.